this stream is about the Diaspora Wars. It's gonna be a short stream. I'm gonna try to do shorter streams. I'm always so damn long winded. Try to just get to the point. May get to the point. Um, I have been watching a lot of Diaspora War stuff. Had a great conversation with Bronsberg last night. Falling over from another conversation from another channel. And Brownsburg and I agreed. I ended up going on the Brownstone powwow. That shout out to Brownsburg. Um, he has a very lively, strange crew over there. He got a motley little crew of people over there. Them some strange birds, but it's all good. They keep me cracking up. You got to be a little open minded to be over there. But anyway, the Diaspora Wars and I put on my community tab a strange situation. You know, guys, y'all know that I had a kid at a later age, late mom, like 38. And so one of the things that was required was for us to do a DNA, this $15,000 crazy ass DNA. It was just like they threw that in there in the fertility clinic. And so using that data or whatever, when my daughter was born, that DNA data and all that stuff, blood type, this, that, all of that stuff, they apparently run race and they run gender and they run a kind of, genetics. They run it all. And so what happened to me was I ended up being approached by the social worker, a black woman. And she came up to me and she said, "Is this correct?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she showed me the paperwork. And the paperwork was based off of the genetic, uh, you know, assumptions from the genetic test. They had characterized my daughter, labeled her as Native American, and labeled me as Native American based on the genetic test. And me personally, I was offended because I'm black. I consider myself black. I look black. I am black. I have black culture. I'm black. And when it came back genetically saying that we were Native American, I was offended. And so I posted it. And I was going back and forth with my family. My family loves to say, "Oh, we Native American women." I hear all that shit, but I ain't seen none yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it. I ain't seen it. Now, I knew they said we had white in the family, and recently my aunt on my mama's side, she actually did some ancestry.com and traced it back to Reverend Seaborn Smith, who is a white plantation owner, who is my great great grandfather. So just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't there. You might not have looked. So when that Native American shit popped up, I was just like, based on a genetic test, they don't know my daughter from nobody. They just go by numbers. They run the test, and with the results they get, they put it on the paper. So the social worker came to me when I was in the preemie newborn NICU center, and she says to me, "I just want to talk to you about your racial status." I said, "What do you mean?" And she showed me the paperwork, and she said, "It says here that you're Native American." I said, "I don't know where they get that from, because I said everything on my paperwork, I say I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. African American black. I have always put black my whole life, so I don't know where this comes from." And she said, "Well, that's what it's showing." And I said, "Well, Luna's black and her daddy's black. He's dark, dark black, clearly black. I'm black, as you can see." She was like, "Well, that's kind of why I wanted to talk to you, because your status is showing Native American, and you know that's what it says." I said, "Well, put black. Just leave it black, because I don't know what that's about. I don't know." And the genetic markering or whatever, that's the only thing that could point to something else. And I was like, "Did somebody look at my daughter? Are you guessing that, people see light skinned babies all the time. You don't assume and just take the authority to say that this kid is, babies come out light when they're black. They come out light. So that's not it. It was genetic markering. If you look on the thing, it says something like PO. It said the mother is a Native American, G4PO. What the fuck is that? That's some kind of genetic markering. I don't know what G4PO Native American. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, but that's what they put on there, and I don't know how to explain that. And that's from the genetic testing. And I didn't ask them to tell me what nationality or race I was or nothing like that. That was not the point of the test. It was for genetics, for to see if there would be any complications, because I was an older mother. So this came out of that. And it was just so strange, because there was somebody who was on the panel, and she was saying that her shit came back like she was a Mexican. I guess probably likely Native American or something. And she's clearly black. So there are some of us that are genetically coming up strange. You understand? Coming up very, very strange. I don't know what that's about, but it's on my community tab if you want to look at it. And they left it like that. And I told them, turn that shit black. Every application I ever put on, I say black. So I just whatever that fucking shit is that you got, just erase that. That's not me. I'm black. But this is their genetic markering. So whatever. And they got my blood type on there and all this other shit. So they did the test. And this is a result of the test. But I'm not studying that shit. I'm black. I'm rejecting all of that. So when they say trust the science, I ain't listening to that shit. Because I'm not no damn Native American. I ain't no Mexican or whatever the fuck they got on that paperwork. I am a black woman. You hear me? A black woman. And my daughter's black. And her daddy's black. We black. So whatever. So when people say trust the science, I don't. I do not. I don't care about that. Anyway, so that's one of the conversations we was having is like, what is black, you know? And then she was like, trust the science. You got to look at it. You're African. Well, my shit don't come up African. My daughter's shit ain't coming up African. I don't know what you're talking about. So I was with Bronzeberg because I had that personal experience of having genetics ran, and that shit don't say African. It don't say nothing about black or African or nothing. Caribbean. It don't have nothing like that on there. It's Native American. Look at it. It's right there in my community tab. So you can't say trust the science. Who's science? Who says? Who knows everything about genetics? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And you can't trust this historical thing of people saying, oh, well, they can't, how many boats had to bring 200 million black people to the whole Western Hemisphere? How many fucking boats is that? You see what I'm saying? That means a boat is leaving, what, every hour on the hour for 200 years? Come on, man. You can only transport, what, 1,000, 2,000 people per boat? You got like 200 million people you didn't transported across from Africa. You're gonna have to give me this something better than that. You're gonna have to make that math make sense. You understand? And even with people reproducing, you got to still make it make sense because people are reproducing, people are dying. So you got to make it make sense. Is every woman having a baby every day? I mean, every year consistently, every woman is childbearing age is having a child every year. You got to make that shit make sense because you got all of Brazil, you got all of the whole Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? You got North America, you got all of South America, Venezuela. I mean, shit, Barbados. You got to look at all of these people, and you mean to tell me everybody came from Africa in this short period of time? I ain't buying that, man. I'm not buying it unless you can show me how many boats left and how many people was on each boat and how many people literally came and landed in each of these countries. I'm not buying that shit. Now, no doubt, there's some, maybe the Amistad, there was some boats that came and brought Africans, but all of us, 200 million plus black people, all came on fucking boats. Make it make sense. If I filled up Hartsfield International Airport right now with a bunch of immigrants, and I said, okay, we got 14 million immigrants, we gonna get y'all on these planes and get y'all up out of here. How long would it take me to get all them immigrants up out of here? If the flight is leaving every hour on the hour, how many? You see what I'm saying? Come on, man, make it make sense. I suggest that maybe it's possible there were people just like you got black people in Thailand, you got black people in Philippines. They might be Asian mixed, but they fucking black if you look at them. You got the Aboriginals, right? You got the people in New Zealand. There's all kind of Pacific Islanders, the Sentinel Islands. I mean, it's all kind of places. Cape Verde. You got places all over, and people ain't necessarily from Africa. They black. You can't. You got to explain. In Mexico, they got them was it Olmec and all of that shit. It may be some tribes that were black that are not from Africa. They're indigenous to the land that was living here, but when the Europeans came, they killed them off in such mass amounts, very similar to the Native Americans, and some of us survived. I'm not saying I'm a Native American, like whoa, 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 what, not like that. I'm just saying there may have been some indigenous black people, just like you got in Australia and New Zealand and in places in Asia. Motherfuckers black. I don't know what to tell you, and they're not all from Africa, directly from Africa. No. So we don't know. And I can't trust the white man. I can't trust the white man to tell me everything and think that he's not writing history to benefit himself. I cannot. And I use the example, the Egyptian sarcophaguses. I have been and traveled across Europe to visit many, many places. I've been to the Louvre. I've been to the British Museum. I've been to the museums in Amsterdam. I chase and follow you know, the Egyptian art wherever it exists, and it is consistently always dark people who have made depictions of themselves who are the Egyptians, not these white Arabs that they keep showing. That's not the ancient Egyptians. They show themselves as black. The sarcophagus is black. I have pictures, I'll post them, of me standing next to the sarcophagus. If you look at closely at their hair, you will see that they have textured braids, right? They have locks, they have afros, they got afro puffs, right? They even have shaped their hair into squares and stuff like that, like we do like with a box, from the 80s. They call it a box fade or whatever. They did all of that shit. They had nappy ass hair just like me. And they trying to sell it off like, these some Arabs. That's not true. I cannot, and this is proven. Go to any of those museums and you ain't gonna see no pale ass Egyptians. Everybody is black and blue black. This is how they depicted themselves on their writings, on their carvings, on their sarcophagus, all of their art, and their papyrus scrolls, all of it. It's black, 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 and more black. Different shades of black, matter of fact. But ain't nothing looking white. I'm just saying. Don't nothing look Arab. I'm just telling you. So I cannot trust the white men. They knocked the noses off the Sphinx, right? They knocked the noses off of a lot of stuff because that's a nigga nose. And they didn't want no nigga nose because then everybody will know it's a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me see a comment. Good morning, Blake. Good morning, May. Black people were bred, but who knows what the mix was when the breeding started? Right. We don't know. We don't know. Look at African Americans. Don't none of us look alike. You look at some of these other people in the world, and they look like each other. Them Somalians, they look like a Somalian. Ethiopian look like an Ethiopian. Senegalese, Sudanese. I mean, you can look at most people. They look like themselves. They have a very serious genotype. You look at Black Americans, we don't look nothing like each other. Look at uh, Morgan Freeman. Look at Eddie Murphy. The motherfuckers don't look alike, don't have nothing in common. Just skin tones. And we're even diverse in that. We don't have one particular nose, eyes, or anything. You look at Somalians, they got similar eyes, nose, and stuff. Ethiopians, same thing. Even Nigerians and Ghanaians, they have the little fat, round, cute faces with puffy cheeks, and they have a certain look. They got certain lips and shit. I can look at a Nigerian and be like, yeah, that's a Nigerian. That's a Ghanaian. That's a Senegalese. I actually can look at African groups. Now, I don't know much about Central and South Africa. I don't know much about those people. But East and West Africa and Morocco, North Africa, I can tell. Oh, that's a Bedouin person. I can look and tell. You cannot do that with Black people. We don't look nothing like each other. Nothing. We all look so different, So miss me with that shit. Like we easy to figure out. We are mysterious motherfucking people. So anyway, so we had a very interesting and uh what's the word? We had a very lively conversation when it came to talking about where Black people come from, what is Black, are we African? And I talked about that. I tried so hard to cosplay being an African, and it took me to go to Africa for 3 months to find out I was not an African. There ain't nothing about me that's African, so I've gotten comfortable with just saying I'm an American. I'm a Black American. I'm FBA. I'm Black. I don't have to go further than that. I don't have to force myself to be like, oh yeah, I got some African connection. I don't have anything DNA wise, and the only thing I have that goes back far enough is to slavery. You know, plantation shit. That's it. I don't have anything past that. I don't got no tribe. I don't have no language I can say, oh yeah, I'm a this or that. I don't got it. I'm American. So um I think that we're gonna get past the point of needing to try to make ourselves Africans. And it doesn't have any benefit to it. We're just not Africans. I mean, Africans don't think we're Africans. So that tells you a lot right there. They'll be like, no, you're an American. You try to say, oh, I'm an African too, brother. They be like, oh, okay. They don't believe you. Good luck on that. Go to Africa. You'll see how African your ass is. You ain't ready for Africa, okay? I'm talking about real Africa. I ain't talking about no damn South Africa and fucking Morocco. That ain't what I'm talking about. Regular, real, everyday Africa. Take your ass there. You'll see how African your ass is. Anyway, so we've had a problem lately because it seems to be that a lot of people are angry because Black people do not want to go and protest ICE. Everybody's mad with FBA. And let me tell y'all something. I've wasted some time today. I really wish I could get it back. But I was going back and forth on Candace's comment section. Candace made a comment. She said it is going to be black people who will save America because we are the people who have chosen to be ungovernable. And she used for an example, when everybody else's falls, it is black people who stand up for justice and righteousness. She used the example of the vaccine. She said when the vaccine came, black people was like, hell no, y'all don't do that shit. Fuck that. We resisted. Now, you black, you know that that was a lot of problems in the black community. Because a lot of black folks like, oh, you weak minded, you stupid, you believe the propaganda. All right, you going to get set up for the okey doke. You know, we was talking shit to other black people, and consistently, black people, we did not get vaccinated. I don't care what the fucking CDC says. The CDC says 59% of us got vaccinated. We were the least vaccinated people. And they threw more money at the black community, more resources, more everything, more agenda towards us than anybody. And we was like, nah, we ain't going. I don't believe 59%. I would say probably 25% to 30% of black people got vaccinated. When I look around at everybody I know, for the most part, I don't see no vaccinations. The people that I do know got vaccinated, we gave them hell. We talked shit to them. We told them they were stupid. They was gonna die. This is biohazardous war, and your ass is stupid for walking into suicide. We in the black community, especially in Atlanta, the more they pulled out, hey, we got a free concert if you get vaccinated. Hey, here's $100. We got free chicken, free bicycles. And that's what Candace said. She said they was trying to give shit to black people. And that's when we really was like, oh, hell no. You giving me shit? You promising me gift card? Oh, hell no, I'm not getting this shit. You see what I'm saying? What's up, V-Dub? You say I say that all the time. Yeah, man. You just got to be what you are. All that digging and trying to pretend and mystery, just fuck it. You here now. That's all that matters. You know, you can put kente cloth on and wrap some shells on your neck and, put a kufi on. You can do that shit if you want to, but it's not real. It's not. You're not an African. You're still not an African. You know what I'm saying? You're still not an African. So what difference does it make? You know? And so we get caught up in all of that. And then if so, then I think some people want us to be African because then they like the idea of us being Pan African. And then us trying to, well, my question is, what African country gonna give me some free land? Since they say I'm African, who's giving me some free land? If I'm a real African, or I'm somehow needing to be African, where's my free land? Give it to me. Which country? Who's gonna adopt me? I ain't seen it yet. I've seen Ghana inquire among black people, do we want to buy some land on some kind of scheme, some return to the homeland? But that's just a ploy to get us get the money. We the most richest black people in the planet here in America. We got the most economic money. It would make sense for Africans to say, hey, bro, da, come here. Come here, bro, da. It makes sense, don't it? They want some of this American money. They want a pipeline, a new industry. That makes sense to me. But don't sit here and tell me I'm African. Which country's gonna adopt me? My unknown, mysterious black ass. Which country's gonna give me some free land because I got a mystery DNA? I'm just saying that shit ain't happening. So fuck it. I don't need to be worried about being an African. I'm over that. It doesn't matter. It's a mystery. What difference do it make? It'd be different if somebody gonna give me some money. Oh, here's reparations because you came from Africa. If the African country's gonna give me some reparations and they require me to have an African DNA test, maybe. You're gonna give me $1 million for being a descendant of Africa, I'll go get a DNA test. Then it might matter. It don't matter. You gonna give me some free land if I show my DNA proves I'm African? Why am I wasting time on getting the DNA for nothing? And apparently I will fail based on what the hell has already happened. I can't prove it. I didn't specifically go get no 21 or whatever DNA. I got it through, the circumstances of reproduction because my daughter was born. And they said we some kind of fucking Native American, whatever the hell that means. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know what that means. I don't know. And can't nobody tell me what a G4PO is. Y'all go look at it on my a G4PO Native American woman. What the fuck is that? Is that Pacific Islander? I tried to look it up on the internet. It didn't give me no answer. So it's on my community tab. It's on my community tab. I put the results there. And then the lady didn't, that was a genetic company, so they didn't offer me like a counselor to tell me, and oh well, this particular part of you or whatever is saying, and this marker. They didn't do that. They just wrote some shit down, not knowing me because it's based on blood tests. It's purely based on blood tests. It is not like I walked into the office, my what do you call it? What do you call a person? My reproductive fertility doctor took my blood and sent the shit off, and it came back in a DNA test as some kind of Native American. And like I said, I'm black, so I don't care what the fucking science say. I'm black, so they can take that shit and shove it. But y'all can look on my community tab and see it. And the social worker approached me because she was looking at the shit like that, like it was crazy too. She was like, "You Native American?" I said, "No, ma'am, I'm black." She was like, "Well, the test, and the information here says." I said, "Well, you can erase that shit." I don't know what you're talking about. But she was black and she was baffled because she looking at my black ass and I'm looking at her black ass. And we both looking at this paper talking about some Native American genetics. I was like, honey, they got the science wrong apparently because I'm black. Y'all look at it. Y'all look at it. It's on my community tab. But anyway, so Candace Owens said that about black people. She said, her evidence was that, when we move, everything moves. And the white people in her tab, oh my God, in the comments, they got upset, honey. They got upset. They was not having that. They was just too, oh, well, black people gonna save America. I thought it was Christ. And, they started getting upset. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And it makes you realize that a lot of their racism is just beneath the surface. You can't say one fucking good thing about black people, that we are going to be the force of resistance when these people really try to lock this motherfucker down with technology. We're going to be the natural resistors because that's who we are. And that's why all the immigrants is mad with us because they saying, if you get out here and you do something, no, talk to them white folks. Talk to them. They don't want to talk to the white folks. Even the Latinos ain't harassing the Latinos about getting their asses out. They all like, where the black people at? Where the black people at? We're not nowhere. We're home. We're relaxing. This ain't our problem. We don't care. America first, motherfucker. What? You know? And it's true. And this is proof and evidence. And so the Diaspora Wars have been really picking up because recently, I'm just going to catch everybody up. There has been a Jamaican lady who came out with a film, and she said in her film that she was talking about how they need to sacrifice on this island or whatever in Jamaica, the American tourists, so that a Jamaican could be liberated as a culture. Like, what the fuck do we got to do with Jamaica? We need to take our money out of Jamaica if that's how y'all want to act. If you have a mentality like that. Let me say this. I traveled Jamaica quite a bit, and it hurt my feelings when I went to Sun's, which is my breakfast spot. And I eat there all the time, have been eating there consistently. I haven't been in a while, but when I went to Sun's, I asked a brother who was my, Jamaican brother, and I always only go to Jamaican people, and I only go to Jamaican hotels. I only spend money with Jamaican people on purpose when I go and take my black dollar. That's how I am. And so Sun's is a place where you can get breakfast. You can get Jamaican breakfast, but it's definitely for tourists, or you can get regular breakfast, right? And so when I go, I'm always very courteous. I always tip just like I would in the United States. I don't treat people no kind of different. I'm actually more like patient and sweet when I'm traveling, and I treat people like I want to be treated with dignity and pride. I'm very serious about that. Okay. And I said to the brother, I said, I don't know. I never had X, Y, and Z. Have you had it? Which one should I get? And he says, well, ma'am, I can't ever eat here, so I don't know what anything tastes like because I don't make enough money. And it hurt my heart. Somebody actually worked somewhere they can't even afford to eat one dish. So he's not in a position as a waiter to advise me on any food because he can't afford it. They're gonna make him pay for the food, so he's never tasted the food that he serves every day. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. So I definitely I gave him a more tip, but it dawned on me like, wow, poverty is real. Like, you know, you have a lot of what do you call it benefits from being from another country. And you have to recognize that. And but the thing is, you got to understand too, there's antagonism. There's a lot of people that are working in the tourist industry and they hate you. They hate you because they see you pull out hundreds of dollars. They see us flossing. They see us spending like there ain't no end. They see us toss away $20 on two drinks like it ain't shit, and it takes them a whole fucking month to make $20. Franz Fanon had a book called The Wretched of the Earth, and he talked about the settler and how the settler makes the natives angry. I'm very aware of that when I travel, and that's why I try to be very careful. Don't be flossing, don't be doing too much, be demure. The fact that your ass can even afford to come here says a lot. The fact that you can travel. My husband just came back last night from Costa Rica. He woke up Friday morning. He was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling like going to Costa Rica." I was like, "I see you when you get back." And he stayed over there like 2 days, had a good time, went and bathed in the ocean, watching people play soccer and shit. I have the pictures in my community tab. My husband, this is a lifestyle. This is what we do. Just wake up and say, "I feel like," and fucking go. That's just how we are. We've been like that since we've been together. Even more now that we're retired. Just fucking go. And my husband only works for healthcare. He works part time for healthcare benefits. And so at any time he can just say, "Hey, I'm not coming to work. I'm not coming to work for a week. I'm not coming to work for 2, 3 days." He don't give a fuck. You know, he got it like that. So he's not obligated to be anywhere anytime. So if he feel like getting on a fucking plane and going somewhere, he fucking goes. And we are both very conscious of that we have a lot of privilege to just travel freely. But you don't take that when you go somewhere and throw that in people's fucking faces. You don't flash your shit. You don't treat people, "Oh, here, just take 10 cents for a tip." You're not used to anything. You don't treat people like that. And so what has happened is a lot of black Americans, we have to be guilty, and not only blacks but whites too. When we go places, we floss on these motherfuckers. We pull out our money, we try to talk down to people, we try to act arrogant and shit, and it's a price to pay. So this lady wrote a whole story about how they was basically like a horror story or some shit of killing African Americans on vacation. You see? And that shit just came out. And so you can look on YouTube and you can see about that. There's a lot of antagonism that's coming out now. There's a Haitian lady. She was on this black man's podcast and she called him a dirty African American. Motherfucker, what? And they be sitting in your country talking shit to you about yourself. You know? And I think the reason why it's coming forth is because they're seeing that we do not want to get in the streets and protest. So all of them are starting to show their fucking colors. That's what's happening. The antagonism and the feelings and the jealousy has always been there. But now that they see that we're not going to go out and put ourselves in sacrifice for immigrants who a lot of times are anti-black. And it's not about the black immigrants. It's about the Latinos, the Cubans, the Venezuelans, all the motherfuckers that thought they had proximity to whiteness. We're not standing up for you. You Arabs and you Asians that kiss white folk ass, you gonna have to just gotta damn deal with ICE. We're not standing up for you. And I think the blacks that are from other countries are taking it personal. Don't take it personal. It's not about you. It's about these motherfuckers that thought they was white. You understand? It's about them. They the ones that got us feeling some kind of way. These white fucking Cubans. And now they're getting deported. And they talking about where the blacks at? You ain't like us anyway. You anti-black. Get your ass the fuck on. Bye. Bye. ICE grab this one too. You know, you anti-black and you come in our country and you think we gonna kiss your ass. You crazy. But the blacks need to stop it. And there's a Jamaican lady. It's a whole list of them. They on the internet talking shit. One African lady too. This African lady said she gonna strap a bomb to herself and go into a crowd of African Americans and blow herself up. You sit in our country talking crazy. And then when the response is maybe you should go home, then they mad again. Come on, y'all. Y'all need to focus y'all issues where they belong. Focus on these white folks. These the white folks is the ones that decided all of this. These Trumpsters, these MAGA, that's who y'all need to focus on. Get up in Trump's face about ICE. Get up in the white folks' face because they voted. Get up in the Latinos' face because they voted for Trump. Y'all are getting what you voted for. We're not standing in your way of what you voted for. You should be happy. You Latinos and all of y'all Asians and Arabs and Somalis, you guys voted for fucking Trump, and Trump brought you what he promised you. So what you looking at us for? What you mad at us for? And these other black people, these Caribbeans and Africans, what are you mad at us for? They are specifically talking shit about what they want to do to FBA. And maybe they're empty threats, but what do we have that for? If you don't like us, then you should go back to your country. Because we're here. We're at home. And this is one of the reasons why I had a problem. Let me go back to the comments. Hey, what's up, Shatira? And Mela. Hey, Mela. You said they got food for real? Yeah, they got fucking food. They goddamn food. You know? And let me say this for a fact. I like Mexican people a lot. Okay, so I'm not against Mexican people specifically. I don't know about them other Latinos, but Mexican people, I be around them a lot. I like Mexicans. They good to me. I'm good to them. And black people, at least in Atlanta, and Mexicans, we all get along. I went to a Mexican market. It's Mexican and black. I have that on my community tab. I share on Valentine's Day. Me and my husband went to a market. It's black and Mexican. We blend. We good. We operate together. You understand? I don't have no problem with Caribbeans. Matter of fact, my neighbor down there is Haitian. This one is Jamaican. It's Jamaicans and Haitians and all kind of people. We even got some new Africans here in the neighborhood. I get along with West African people great. I love me some West Africans, especially Nigerians. I be all up on Nigerians nutsacks. I love me some Nigerian people. I do a lot of business with Nigerian people, very successful people. But Jamaicans, hardworking people, these Caribbean people, I'm surrounded by Caribbean people. It's a black area, but it's a lot of Caribbeans mixed in. I don't have a problem with no people of color. I don't. And I don't think most black people do. If you get to know people, individuals, you don't have a fucking problem. It's people who do not mix that have all these assumptions and stupid shit, you know? Your ambassador, yeah, I love living around working class Mexican. Hell yeah, I like Mexican people. You said I'm a dual citizen. Don Gordito, he's married. What? I'm a dual citizen and I married a West African. What? Are you serious, Don? Are you being a troll? Because I have my ex-husband is from West Africa. So yeah, I know a lot of Africans, Mali and Senegal and Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Guinea. Conakry. I know a lot of West Africans. I know more Nigerians than anything, And I got friends in the Pakistani and Indian culture and Arab culture as well. Plenty, plenty, plenty. So I have a lot of friends and associates from a lot of different walks of life. I'm a multiculturalist, But I love me some Mexican people. I said hopefully if I have to be like what's it called reincarnated or some shit, I want to come back as a Mexican woman. That's what I want to try that shit out. I think it might be good. They probably got an easy life, man. Just cook some tacos and shit and chill out and just be round little butterball with socks, dress socks and I mean socks with dress shoes and just go to the Catholic church. Have about 4 or 5 kids. I want to come back reincarnated as a fat Mexican woman in my next life. I think it'll be a good life. She's Cape Verdean. Now let me ask you something, Don Gordito. Is a Cape Verdean an African or is it something else? 'Cause I know it's close to Africa, but they don't look African, my understanding. Cape Verde, I bet she's exotic. I bet she's pretty. I bet she's pretty. You said she is a West African. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was going off in Candace's chat because she said that black people, y'all gotta see the I think it's in my comment section too. She made a very bold comment. And she said that black people were the people that's going to save America from this crazy ass government when all is said and done, because we're the only ones who are wired to resistance. That's what she said. And oh, them white folks just can't take it. And I was like, why are y'all making this about you? You should see the comments. Oh, well, based on the fact that they are the ones who get the most government. Motherfucker, they so ignorant. I be wanting to choke the fucking shit out of them because it's like it's more white people on fucking welfare than it is black people. What are you talking about? They got sold a bill of goods, man. Somebody really brainwashed white folks really, really seriously. Like they really think they gotta cast me out. They really think that everything begins and ends with them. I don't understand where they get this shit from. It is not fucking true. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Most of you motherfuckers are poor. Most of you can't survive. Like who are we fooling here? If you've traveled through the South, particularly all of the South, it's tons of white people. Half of them cannot read. They're illiterate. They don't generate income. They supported by the government welfare system. They live in poverty. Who are we fucking playing with? They can't survive. They've never survived in 400 years on their own. They act like the Somalis in Minnesota. Are you fucking kidding me? Who are you lying to? There are white suburban whites. There are whites who live in New York and Chicago and Wall Street and professional white liberal whites. Them motherfuckers got some money and know how to survive and live in America and thrive. But the rest of you motherfuckers are backwoods and y'all rely on the government and you're illiterate and ignorant. I live in the South. I fucking know outside of Atlanta, it's a rap. You hear me? It's a fucking rap. You go through these backwoods and shit, through some of these counties, and you be like, oh, look how they live. Oh, they nasty. Especially Florida. Motherfuckers don't even wear shoes. They walk around looking terrible. Neanderthal. They get brown shit on the all on the bottom of their feet. The fuck are we talking about? It be making me mad. The fuck are we talking about? Let me see what's the next comments. You said, what if we choose not to save it and let the cards fall where they may? Well, actually, Shatira, I think that's part of us. I think that's kind of what we doing. I think that's kind of what we doing. She's. I think that what we do is we predict and we call shit what it is way before anybody's ready to deal with it. And so that in and of itself, as a seer, people who are seers, we set the tone in a different direction than where it's headed. And what happens is nobody listens to us. They hear us, but they don't listen. They don't follow us. So what happens is we kind of create what I would call a chain reaction later on. You know, black people, for example, during the vaccine, we were talking shit. Nobody else was talking shit. They were like, I'm going to be a good American. I'm going to go get my shot. We were the ones like, uh-oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. We started laying the tone. This some bullshit. Then we started going back in history and past. We said this is a repetition of some shit we seen before. Y'all like the experiment. Y'all like propaganda. Y'all like playing bio warfare games. We know something about that. We got a history of it. We don't put it past you. We lay the foundation of the new narrative. And then what happens is nobody listens to us and they just do some dumb shit. And then what happens is once people say, oh, we see evidence of what, oh, the black folks did say that. And then that's where the resistance comes from. Everybody resists after we've already laid the foundation of what it is and what it ain't. But it comes much later. And then everybody acting. So it's like we're leading from behind. It's kind of crazy. And we don't have to take action and we don't have to do all that. But our foresight, our understanding, the depth of us, and our ability to pull back in history, that's the part that none of them have. We got that. We got all your tricks, and you ain't got no new ones. And what we do is we call it out in live time, but nobody fucking listens. So we have already laid the foundation. We said everything. We said, oh, this is bullshit. This is a game. This is something else. Y'all got alternative motives. This is lies. It's propaganda. Black folks did that among ourselves. And when it got to the regular people, that's when the CDC started saying, oh, shit, the jig is up, y'all. We done sold all the vaccines we can. And everybody started saying what we were saying. Yeah, that's what, see, we knew it was about profit. No, black folks knew it was about profit. Y'all didn't know. Y'all knew because we told y'all ass, but you didn't want to listen to us when it mattered. And that's how the whole thing is going to play out. This going to play out like that, I think. You said, remember we had that convo about watching old ass Bobby dance. Bobby dance? What? Bobby dance? My paternal side is from Georgia and maternal side is from Jamaica. Okay, yeah. May bougie. I ain't bougie. What make you say I'm bougie? I ain't bougie. I'm a regular bitch. I'm just living my life according to how I want to. I don't want to be too much and I don't want to be too little. I don't want to be too much and I don't want to be too little. I just want to wake up every day and do what the fuck I want to do. That's where I'm at in life. Because unfortunately, a lot of people, they say, oh, I'll do all these things. I got a bucket list forever. And I'm just going to keep working really, really fucking hard. And when I get to like 65, 69, I'm going to get my social security check and I'm going to see the world and I'm going to live how I want to live and the motherfucker die at 55. You see, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I quit. I gave up. I got off the treadmill. I said, I'm done. When I was like, what, 42? My husband quit when he was, what, 40? 40? I think my husband was 40 and I was 42. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't doing this hamster wheel. Fuck that. And started, what do you call it? What is it called? Liquidating some shit. I started liquidating some shit, you know, to make sure that I don't got to go back and do nothing else. I'm done. I'm fucking done. And so I've liquidated the what do you call it? The vacation property that we got in DR. I'm still waiting on my last final payments. I think she sent me what 12, 15,000. I'm liquidating that. So I'm just, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. I'm living life different. I ain't finna be hey, what's up, Mahogany? You at work? All right. Ambassador said, nah, you bougie, man. I would say more so elitist and but bougie applies to. Oh, I'm not elitist. Y'all cut that shit out. Y'all ain't gonna paint no picture. Remember regular nigga. Don't start. Don't start. I just don't I just don't like ghetto culture. That don't make me bougie. I don't like that. But I'm not bougie. I'm chilling. Y'all don't do that. Don't be painting pictures and shit. Cause I done been painting a lot of pictures around here. And people done call me mammy and shit. I'm one of the most militant motherfucking feminists you'll ever damn see. They calling me a mammy. Can you believe that? These bastards be calling me a mammy. I'm certified feminist. They calling me a mammy. Can you believe that? They got some nerve. These people to write your narrative. These folks on the YouTube will night write you a whole fucking narrative, man. You can't do it. But yeah, so I believe that black people, I agree with you, Shatira. I don't think that we're gonna get out here and put ourselves at risk. I think we got a new code. We're gonna call shit what it is. We're gonna speak freely. We're not going to be fooled. We're not going to be propagandized. And I think the next revolution is that black people are going to stop voting for Democrats and we're going to stop voting for Republicans and we're going to find a new path. I think at some point we're going to say to everybody, you don't get my vote. Maybe voting don't matter anyway, but either way it goes, I'm not your fucking boy. I'm not your girl because they have relied too long on us to conform to these two-party systems, and it's later for that. You know, I think about the Democrats and how they just take us for granted. I mean, this reparations shit ain't even hard. I don't even care about reparations because I think it's owed to us, but I don't put no energy into it because I just think they're too evil to ever give us reparations. And I'm talking about reparations for slavery. I don't know about all that Africa shit, but reparations for slavery. I can actually show you my damn picture of my great grandfather, a cracker ass cracker who owned the plantation. I got it right here. I got evidence of this shit. And that's my great grandmama right there. I got pictures of her. And all of us are Smiths. I'm a Freeman, but they're all Smiths. This is a direct lineage. I mean, what? What court do we need to go to show this shit? And there's all these different companies and different iterations of companies. You guys directly benefited from slavery, and we ain't got shit to show for it. And not only that, during the what do you call it? During the what is it called when they the Freedmen's Bureau and Reconstruction and all that shit. Everything that was promised was never gotten. There's reparations. There's a case, but these motherfuckers are too evil to actually do what's right. So I don't have any faith in it. That's why I don't pour no energy into it. But in reality, the Democrats should if they actually cared about black people, they would say, "What do we owe as a country? You guys have been here with us since the 19 fucking 40s and 50s, voting Democrat. What is your agenda?" And black people say, "Collective, we want reparations," and we name our price. We want 1 million apiece. What the fuck is the problem? They will never. They will never. They said Claiborne, the Louisiana Creole motherfucker, he said he went off, started screaming and hollering when somebody brought up reparations. Really? And they continue to thrive off of the money and the backs of what black people built under slavery, and they don't want to come clean. And now you got the fucking Somalis. That's the next thing. You got the motherfucking Somalis up there in Minneapolis talking about they need reparations. Man, I feel like all of them need to get slapped. They're not gonna be satisfied until them white folks mount up and come get their ass. They're not gonna be. I'm not talking about ICE. I'm talking about some more shit. They're not gonna be satisfied to the righteous roll up on their ass and get them because they out here talking about they want reparations because you closed your own business down. You stupid ass person. They collectively said we're gonna close our business. Who you retaliating against? You hurting yourself. Why would you close your business? Now they didn't shut their own damn business down. They ain't got no income. They come and talking about they want $200 million. Can y'all believe this? Do y'all believe this shit? He said, see, Shatira said, I wasn't even aware that the Somalians were demanding reparations till I watched your stream. I was tickled. Honey, tickled. I'm so beside myself. I don't know what to do. I cannot believe they stole our concept. This one I'm talking about. You see how black people lead from the back? We the ones laid the foundation for reparations. When you do something wrong to a collective people, you must give and you don't give up on that. You must do what's right. That's us. We the ones who've been talking about reparations. So they always stealing our ideas. We are brilliant, creative people. That's the thing that people love about us. That's why we are the culture. We are the fucking culture. Black Americans are the fucking culture. Don't nothing move like what 50 Cent said. Don't nothing move without black people co-signing that shit. We make it hot. We make it global. We, whether it's fashion, they talked about Run DMC. They brought Adidas all the way up with one fucking music video. My Adidas. And Adidas has been riding high ever since. Adidas would be like Skechers if it wasn't for that. Or it'd have been faded away a long time ago. Everything we touch turns to we are magical. Let me say it. We are magical fucking Negroes. And that's why everybody's fucking jealous. Let the haters hate. We are some magical motherfuckers. That's what I'm trying to say. Everything we touch turn to gold, okay? We make shit hot. We make it pop. They can't even sell alcohol unless you got somebody black making it cool. I'm just saying, cars, you name it. They know what the fuck it is and what the fuck it ain't. They know. He said, Ambassador said, I love that they are stealing these ideas because it reveals the theft. I say, let them keep talking. Yeah, that's it. And it's just more proof and evidence that black people in America are the fucking shit. Everybody wants to ride off of our brilliance and our genius. And I believe, and I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody who might not be Black American, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There are a lot of people that are jealous of us because we have stuff that we have experienced and not experienced that they know of that we can't even relate to. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. The fact that you, and all of us who are Black Americans, we grew up with underground sewage, under the ground. Understand? And that experience in and of itself, most of y'all who don't travel, you don't know about above ground sewage. You don't know about it. But stuff like that, the fact that we have not had to experience overground sewage, those type of things make people jealous of us. We don't even know what that is. Understand? If you go travel to Haiti, if you go travel to India, you go travel to the third world, some of these countries, Africa, lots of places, they have above ground sewage. What does that mean? They got trenches that go in between the buildings and the toilets. These made up toilets, they're not so good, they're not like ours. They pour the doo doo into a trough, and the trough goes down the street. And so it's like above ground sewage. You can see the doo doo and the pee floating. And when it rains, your feet are covered with feces. I'm just telling y'all because I travel to these places. You understand? We don't have those experiences of the nastiness because we have a different system. We keep our sewage under the ground. They have above sewage, above ground sewage. And those type of things make people jealous. There are people who do not know what a toilet is. They have just a hole in the ground. You understand? And they have to learn how to use a toilet when they come to America if they ever visit a Western country. We don't have that. Since we were children, we had a regular toilet. We use toilet paper. We wipe our ass. They don't have toilet paper. They use some water. They squirt water on their butt and they wipe it with their hand and they rinse their hand off. You see what I'm saying? We have a lot of experiences. We go into a refrigerator. We go to the grocery store to get food. You understand? It's a lot of experiences that we are naturally inclined to. Air conditioning, having fucking iced tea. I could go on for days. Driving a car, transportation. We take this shit for granted, but this is what makes people jealous of us. We are the only black people on the planet who have normalized modernity. We have normalized modernity. We are the only ones, black Americans. We want water, we turn on the faucet. When I was in Africa, I had to walk all the way a mile to pull up a bucket. And I realized I wasn't even strong enough because when that motherfucker gets halfway point, which is 100 feet up from a 200 foot well, my fucking arms started giving out. Them African girls had to help me get my water for the day. This is how most of the world lives. They pulling water from wells and pumping water and shit. And we just go to the faucet. And we got three bathrooms. You understand? So we got a whole different experience in modernity, and that makes people jealous of us. Let me see. above ground like a tank. Child, I can't. Yeah, a trench. It's like a trench. Yes, it's a trench. And so you can smell the wonderful the savory smells of human doodle everywhere you go. It's in the wind. Yes, honey. I travel a lot to the third world. It's my favorite place to go. It's so different. I traveled to Haiti, Dominican Republic. My husband just came back from Costa Rica. I traveled Central America, Jamaica. I go a lot of places. Africa. I go a lot of places. India, third world. I go to Europe too, but it's not so fun. I don't like Europe as much. My husband likes Europe a lot. But I travel to the third world a lot. And so I see all this lack of modernity. And that's the part that makes people jealous of us because it's all we know. And they wish that they could have grown up in the circumstances. They wish that they didn't have to learn all of this stuff. We naturally speak English, you know? And they got to learn. They got to put effort forward to everything to try to be something like us. And then they're still not accepted as us. It makes them mad. They're mad. Now, the closest thing to us I could say is Jamaican people. Jamaican people, um, they're so close to us in culture when they come to America. They blend in. And the people from what is it? The Virgin Islands, you can't even tell until they want you to know they talk a certain way. When they get around each other, they'll talk a certain way. But there's some islands that the people have such a similarity to us. They blend in with us. We won't know until they tell us. No doubt. No doubt. But yeah, but even in Jamaica, if you get off the beaten path, you definitely see the shanty towns and this and that. But they have exposure, at least in Jamaica and some of the Virgin Islands. They have a very similar access to the same modernity that we have. But of course, I mean, even in America, you can find you go. I've been to the North Georgia mountains. Them motherfuckers, boy, they live in backwoods than a motherfucker. So backwoods exists in every country. And hell, we're not that far removed. Our great grandparents didn't have no fucking toilets. They didn't. They had outhouses and shit. So we're not that far removed, but we have kept up with modernity. That's my point. We've been leaders in modernity, modern life. And so there's a lot of reasons they're jealous. They have to put a lot of effort to get to the basics of where we are, and they still will never be. A lot of them, they're not going to necessarily be citizens. They hate that. They got to work towards that. They got to pay for that. We got free citizenship. It's already naturally born. So there's a lot of reasons to be jealous. And when you travel to their country, you see where the fuck they come from. You be like, oh hell yeah, I see why you jealous. Shit, man, the stuff I seen, I can't unsee. That's all I can tell you. Some of the shit I didn't see, I can't unsee. I be like, oh my god. I mean, these motherfuckers pissed me off when I was going to Africa. I'm like, this is your country. Why are you littering? They like littering. What you mean, bitch? You can't throw all them cans and that trash on the ground like this. This is Africa. This is your country. You can't do that. You got to put it in the trash can. They were like, which trash can? I was like, you got a point. They don't even got trash cans. They don't care about trash. And so that was how it was when I was in Africa. Lots of places in Africa and third world countries. When you get done drinking the goddamn can, you just toss it over your back and keep walking. And it's trash and shit everywhere. India's the same way. Just trash all over the goddamn place. Polluted fucking water. Nasty, nasty fucking water. I saw that shit in Haiti and so many other countries. Motherfuckers don't care about their water. They piss in it, eat in it, shit in it. They just do whatever. In India, they throw dead bodies in the fucking water. Let them float down the goddamn river. I done seen some shit I can't unsee. That's what I'm gonna tell you. The third world ain't no fucking joke. They had some shit that happened that you couldn't even imagine. And when I was in Africa, one of the things that happened that was crazy is my mother-in-law, she was cooking and shit. And that's cool. You cooking, all right, cool. And they had these big ass bowls, and everybody eat out the same bowl. I was like, okay, I do this with my husband. We eat out the same bowl. That's cool. But the problem is that they don't believe in fucking soap and water and dish liquid and scrubbing shit. And I understand you ain't got no dishwasher, but we need to do a good job of cleaning shit. They didn't do that. They just took some water, switched it around, and laid a bowl on in the sun. I'm like, nah, 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 nah. We need some soap. We need a sponge. And they was looking at me crazy. I was sudsing the shit up and washing it, and they just standing around looking like I'm crazy. Y'all don't clean your fucking dishes? What the fuck is this? And you think I'm gonna eat out of this every day? You crazy? Mm-mm. And the thing that really killed me was when they took the bowl and we got done with some rice and shit. They just handed over to the dog and the cat and the fucking chickens and the goats and shit. And now the goats eating out the same bowl I ate out. Yeah, we're gonna have to definitely do something about this. How about the animals get their own bowl and I'll buy a bowl for us and we don't let the animals eat out of it. We can't eat out the same bowls as the animals. Y'all understand? And they looking at me crazy. They thought I was out of my mind. I was like, y'all, listen, I can't do what you do. I can't do it. I can't eat after the goats. I can't do. We can't eat out the same bowl, y'all. Come on now. I can't unsee some of the shit I've experienced. This is what travel will get you. Ah, you said really, really boo boo in the street. In India, hell yeah, they boo boo in the street. I wish. Well, see, I have a lot of shit I couldn't take pictures of, and that's something I wanted to take pictures of. But I try to give people their dignity. But in India, Pakistan, some of these third world countries, it is very common. You'll just be walking, do 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 do, walking, minding your business, and the person will pop a squat, and they say, they doodling. You be like, oh my god. You walk up on people doodling on the side of the road. They don't even hide. I can understand if you go into the deep, deep bushes and hide behind something because they might not be no public bathroom. You got to pay for the bathrooms. That's another thing. We got free restrooms in America. You go to Dominican Republic, Haiti, you go to Africa, many places, you have to pay to use the bathroom. You got to pay like 10 cents. People be like, man, fuck that. I ain't got no money to use the bathroom privately. They just go pop a squat, literally on the side of the road, wherever they at. They just do. They don't see no problem with it. I was walking in New Delhi and I saw this lady hold her kid. She snatched the diaper down and held the kid's butt over the trash can, literally a trash can in downtown Delhi. And the baby was doodling sitting on the side of the trash can. I was just like, oh my God, did she just do that? And then she pulled the diaper up like it wasn't there. She didn't even wipe his butt. I was just like, wow. Yeah, it's very common. People doodle all over the fucking place. That's what I'm saying. That's why people are jealous of us because we don't know nothing about this shit. And most people, we got money. We don't want to travel to no fucking third world. We trying to go in luxury. We trying to go to Dubai. We trying to go to fucking London. We trying to go to Paris. We trying to go somewhere fancy, Monaco. We want to do some floss and shit, or we want to go to a resort and we don't want to mix with the local people. If we do go to a third world country, like a lot of people think they've been to Haiti. You ain't been to fucking Haiti. You went to that little commercial zone that they bought. You ain't been to Haiti. They got these beautiful pictures of Haiti where they show this like long, long strip of tables, and it's people eating seafood and shit, like it's a feast or something. And they got people out there, white folks smiling, holding up drinks and shit. That ain't Haiti. That is not fucking Haiti. You wouldn't last 2 minutes in Haiti. That shit is not Haiti. That's propaganda. You go to real Haiti, you won't last 2 minutes. I went to Haiti. I stood outside the hotel offices. That's where I always stay when I go to Port-au-Prince. And I look down to the left, and I look down to the right, and I looked at the people. I walked like one block, and I seen the way them people was looking at me like I was a two-piece fish. I, it's 12. Okay, thanks, Pooh. My husband keeping me in check. Okay, 12:11. He got to keep me in check. He not got the ADHD. He told me. He was like, I'm gonna check on you at 12, so he just checking. So I gotta go. Um, Thank God for this man. He keeps me in order because I'd be all over the place. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, so hotel officer. Yeah, so I went down 2 blocks, and I got down 2 blocks, and no, one block, and I seen them looking at me like I was a two-piece fish and fry. I was like, uh oh. I said, uh oh. So I talked to the other Americans. I said, hey y'all, how do I do this? Because I can tell if I go out here, I'm gonna get fucked up. And they said, you need some security. I said, hook me up, hook me up. So they hooked me up with a security firm. So I had two security that took me out into Haiti and Port-au-Prince. And so that's how I roll. I actually I managed to do Cape Haitian, which is another trip that I took to the coast, the north coast of Haiti. And I managed to be okay there without a guide. But definitely Port-au-Prince, you better take you fucking security or your asses don't get fucked up. And right now, you better not go at all. You ain't gonna make it. So I have I have an instinct, for some fuck shit. I know when some shit about to be some fuck shit. Um and that's like when Peso, when he got beat up in South Africa, I was just like, see, Peso, you don't have an instinct, man. You don't know. He likes to beat up people, but he don't know when he gonna get beat up. He's funny. Anyway. Uh, she said that's why I don't understand eating with the hands. Yeah, yeah. That's a cultural thing. It's a Muslim thing, eating with the hands. I'm about absorbing different cultures, but I'm not trying to get the E. coli. Hell yeah. But they say that they don't use their left hand, which is the hand for the boo boo. They don't use that hand to eat. But still, like People don't be clean like we used to. But then I'll say this before I go. It's not good. That's what I found to be too sanitized. I do not like it when people in the Western culture, we love our scents, we love Airwick, we love all of our smell good stuff. That's great. But we cannot manage, what's that called? What's that shit? That purple shit we be using that smell real good for the ground, for the floors. I forgot the name of it. Fantastico or some shit. But we love good smelling stuff. And ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'll tell you now, it's not good to be a sanitized person. Like all these niggas running around here with these masks on still trying to hide from germs. Being a germaphobe is not good. Because as soon as you try to travel, you become very susceptible and you realize that you have made a very, very weak immune system. So I make a point not to be super, super sanitized because it only makes you a weaker person. You have to have bacteria, you have to come in contact with shit, and you got to let it be. And the immune system is going to catch you up. But these people that be running from every fucking germ, I hate those people that when you go to the bathroom, they hold the napkin so they don't have to touch the doorknob. Bitch, touch the doorknob. You need that shit. You need germs. What do you want to live in a bubble? That shit crazy. And those are the main people. When I travel, I see the people who are super sanitized. They trying to travel, and the motherfuckers be throwing up the whole time. Everything makes them sick. They at the hospital the whole time they traveling. They in some clinic somewhere trying to get some medicine. You weak motherfucker. That's your fault. Stop being so damn sanitary. You don't need to be nasty, but don't be fucking germ paranoid. You're not built for travel if you gonna always be like, oh, that's nasty. Oh God. And I hate people that run from bugs and shit, man. Some of the places I travel, I be going to rainforest and all kind of shit. I gotta be able to take a sting or two. You got people be running from a damn ant. Are you serious? Are you serious? I be places with the snakes and fucking monkeys and shit running around. You can't be scared of everything. Stop being jumping. It's a grasshopper. Oh shit. Fuck is wrong with you? Scared of everything that move. Can't be like that. But I think that's why a lot of black people don't travel because we be so scared of everything. We scared of germs and scared of this and scared of that. Every time something moves, we jumping and hopping around. Ow, ow, ow. Ah, oh shit. I'll be having me a good time. Ah, yes, I like different cultures. I'm with you, Shatira. I like different cultures. Hey, what's up, Candy K? Sometimes I don't be looking, y'all. I gotta look down sometimes. Girl, the mask just hiding their teeth. Girl, that's what it is. That's what it is. A lot of people got some fuck ass teeth and they putting that mask on and trying to act like they super sanitary. Nah, you need dental work. That's all. And some people just ugly. I mean, that's the truth. Some people are ugly and they felt the most confident they ever did in their life because don't nobody see their face. And they don't have to be ugly, but they really think they ugly. So that's why they put the mask on. And then we got these old, grunchy, crunchy ass old black women. They really get on my nerves. New church bitches. They really get on my nerves. They be in the car with the damn mask. I be want to snatch that shit off so bad. Matter of fact, there's this lady who goes to the Family Dollar down the street with me. I go there all the time. Her name is it's Allison. She mad with me. And she mad with me because I clowned her one day. She ain't talked to me since this shit been like a year and a half. She's still mad. She used to be like, hi, hello. When I used to come in, she's the longest employee they've had at the Family Dollar. That's the one I go to. And me and her used to have a conversation every single time I go in there. I'm a very community oriented. So between the gas station and the Publix and the Family Dollar and the Dollar General, I know everybody. And I talk to everybody. I'm friendly to everybody. This is my community. And she don't talk to me no more. She mad. She mad. Because what she said, what did she say? Something one day. I said, when you gonna take that mask off? I said, when you gonna take that mask off? COVID is over. I said, I don't understand. And I said, the mask didn't do anything anyway. I said, you have to have a N95 mask and it has to be custom fit to your face to work anyway. And that scientific fact, letting her know that she was never protected. Oh, she ain't forgave that yet. And I asked her when she gonna take them out. She ain't said shit to me. She don't got a word for me. She don't want to see me. She don't even look up. I mean, I've been times I just say, "Hey, how are you?" And I call her by her name. Alice, how are you? And she just and just keep bagging my stuff. Thank you very much. She try to avoid me at all costs. And it's because I told her she need to take her mask off. How long you gonna wear that? She don't like that shit. Oh well, it's too late now. She's still mad. She holding on to it. All right, that's cool. I'm still talking to you. Oh, I didn't realize you coupon We got to do a deal exchange. Yes, honey, I be couponing, but I ain't like them white women. Them white women, they be studying that shit all fucking day long. They study that shit all day long. They'd be like, here's scenario one, here's scenario two. And they got Ibotta and all kind of other shit. I signed up for it, but it's just too much. I don't even understand Ibotta. You're supposed to get cash back and this and that. And I'm trying to go on to the Walgreens. Walgreens be giving away shit. So I'm trying to do that. My goal is to stockpile. I'm making a list right now of a whole bunch of shit I want to stockpile because I have a feeling in the next 1 to 2 years, some shit got about to go haywire. I think it's gonna have something to do with the transportation. Like the shelves gonna be empty. I'm preparing for that. I already am prepared for it, but I need to really, really prepare for like 2 years of straight stock stuff that I don't have to go to the grocery store for 2 years. That's what I'm aiming for. I got about 6 months right now. No, I got maybe a year, but I need to have 2 years. When the toilet paper and the dish liquid, I need to just stockpile all of that shit. And I'm gonna use couponing to do it. Yes, yes, we need to have some couponing and we need to do some live streams about that couponing and saving. Just like an open panel and talk about it. That would be good because people gonna need this shit. I ain't broke, but I really have see the value of cutting corners and comparison shopping, and when they got something they damn near giving away, buy all of it. I've gotten to that place. I see the value of it. You said what? I love people wearing their mask. It is definitely more sanitary. See, ambassador, you the one gonna go try to travel some country, and you gonna be the Negro sitting there coughing and barfing and throwing up and weak as hell, and you gonna get malaria and all that other shit. You talking about you like masks? Oh, I can't stand germaphobes. I cannot stand them. I can't stand them. Oh, see, Shatira said it. They ain't washed them masks. That's right. They be wearing that same nasty, dirty ass mask for a whole damn 6 months, and it's got more bacteria than anything that's in the bathroom. You understand? That shit ain't clean like people say. Just keep breathing and huffing, sneezing in the shit, man. Come on. Them masks are not clean. They never have been. They ain't doing nothing but collecting dust and bacteria. And then they be killing me how they use the gloves the same way. You got the glove touching everything nasty and you keep using the glove. You just contaminating everything. But y'all know what really, I'm not a germaphobe, but I tell you what really pissed me off is they gonna have to stop this shit. They've allowed dogs to sit in the buggies at Walmart. Have y'all seen this shit? Why is the fucking dog in the buggy? That I don't understand. That I don't understand. And I got to the point if I go to a restaurant and they got the dog in there, I'm not fucking eating there. I'm not. Outside, I understand. The dog is sitting on the ground. You have an outside, venue. Fine. But you talking about indoors? I went to a buffet one day and they had brought the dog in and the dog sat in the bench like he was an adult. I was like, okay, let's go. We're not eating. The dog is in the bench. And all I was waiting for them was for them to give him a plate to lick on. And I didn't wait that long. I was out. I was out. That shit nasty. Yeah, the masks are nasty. It's just ugly people wearing them. That's all. Ugly people and people who are paranoid. Uh-oh, I better go. My husband came and got me, and it's 10 minutes since then. All right, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. Appreciate y'all. Thanks, everybody. I'll show y'all. Have a great day.